Hello, Professor Praveen. First of all, I would like to thank you for providing us such a great informative session. So my question is, as we all know that the complete human genomics has mapped out. So now how it is helping in molecular medicine to cure the diseases right now, the challenging diseases which we have, any kind of neurodegenerative diseases. So how it is helping that?
Yeah. Aniket, nice to meet you. Great question. There are many ways in which understanding the full human genome is helping in the development of new medical therapeutics. Dr. Wu, would you like to translate?
Oh yes，有许多的一些这个需要思考的哈，就是说其中一个呢，就是说是medical 的这个一些 medical therapeutics，is that right？
Yes.
就是来寻找适当的药物来治疗。Go ahead.
One of the most compelling ways is by trying to understand natural variation in the human genome across different populations. Right? The advent about 15 years ago or so of genome-wide association studies, you may have heard of these or studied these. These are large-scale genetic studies in human populations around the world that are helping us to understand what genetic variations are responsible or associated with the development of which complex diseases. Right? So that has been really helpful in being able to determine whether we might be able to read out someone's genome and ascertain the level of risk that they might have for some complex disease like cardiovascular disease or psychiatric conditions, etc.
就确实是许多的一些工作已经在进行哈，比如说就是这个整个基因体的一个计划哈，就是有大量的在人体中哈已经是进展了，但是其中一个很关键的问题就是说，就是不同的人群哈，可能是有不同的一些基因体的一些重要性哈，那必须要了解到这些人群间的一些差异哈，就是比较可以了解，比如说心脏病啊，或者是一些精神病啊，或者其他的症状来去找适当的药物。
But Aniket, what I would say is even more than that. The field of genomics has realized that as I was alluding to in my talk, a very small portion of the genome is actually encoding for genes that make proteins. A lot of the rest of the genome, what we call the non-coding genome, it's filled with all kinds of different elements. We call them regulatory elements, but they are basically like dials or switches that can control the level of activation of nearby genes. It turns out that most of the genetic variants that can increase your risk for complex diseases, they land not as much in the genes as they land in these dials, in these regulatory elements. So learning about where the regulatory elements are and which genes they're controlling has given us a better idea about the molecular networks that are driving different diseases, thereby helping us to be able to develop better medicines against those diseases.
好，刚刚 Praveen 教授有提到说是在我们的基因体里面呢，其实是小部分的基因会制造人体中所需要的蛋白，大部分的基因呢就是不会有所去表现的，或者是 non-coding 或者是 regulatory 这些基因。但是呢，现在我们可以理解到说，这些非常复杂的疾病相关的是这些有所不见得是直接会有所表现的，就是这些 non-coding 跟 regulatory 其实是非常重要的，确实有些关键的角色的那这些我们深入了解，才比较知道说制药如何去有所去这个有所帮助，找到好的药。